The winding, gravel road leading to the old lighthouse was a forgotten relic, a dusty scar on the otherwise pristine coastline. I was out for a solo hike, seeking the quiet solitude the local trails rarely offered. The air was thick with the scent of pine and salt, a familiar comfort, until I saw him. A figure, slumped against a weathered signpost, looked utterly defeated. He was a tourist, clearly out of his depth, his trendy city clothes a stark contrast to the rugged wilderness. He waved me over, a pathetic, hopeful gesture. His story was simple: his car had broken down miles back, his phone had no signal, and he was desperately trying to reach the nearest town. He'd been walking for hours, he claimed, and was completely disoriented. His plea for help was earnest, his exhaustion palpable. It felt almost cruel not to offer assistance. I offered him water from my pack and pointed him in the direction of a seldom-used service road that cut closer to civilization. He thanked me profusely, his relief so overwhelming it seemed genuine. We parted ways, and I continued my hike, a quiet sense of satisfaction warming me. The first prickle of unease came when I reached the lighthouse. It was an isolated spot, and the panoramic view of the choppy sea usually brought me peace. Today, however, the vastness felt unnerving. My phone, which had been dead for hours, suddenly flickered to life, a single bar of signal appearing. Before I could check my messages, I noticed something odd. A small, almost imperceptible disturbance in the sand near where I'd encountered the tourist. Footprints, but not just his. Another set, much larger, heavier, leading away from the service road I'd directed him towards, deeper into the dense woods. Curiosity, a dangerous companion on these trails, gnawed at me. I followed the larger footprints. They were deliberate, not the aimless wandering of a lost man. They led me off the marked path, through thick underbrush, towards a clearing I'd never seen before. The air grew heavy, the natural sounds of the forest seemed to recede, replaced by a faint, rhythmic thrumming. Then I saw it. Not a breakdown. Not a lost tourist. It was a makeshift camp, a hidden clearing camouflaged with branches. In the center, an ATV, its engine humming low, and beside it, two men. One was the tourist. The other was a hulking brute, his face obscured by the shadow of a wide-brimmed hat, his posture radiating menace. They weren't stranded, they were waiting. And the rhythmic thrumming? A portable generator, powering a complex piece of equipment I couldn't quite identify. My heart hammered against my ribs. I ducked behind a thicket of ferns, straining to hear. The tourist was speaking, his voice no longer the desperate whisper of the lost, but clear, confident, and disturbingly cold. He was on a satellite phone, giving coordinates, describing his package, a description that chillingly matched me. He was reporting my location. The lost tourist wasn't lost, he was a scout, a lure. And I had walked right into their trap. Panic, cold and sharp, threatened to overwhelm me. The larger man moved towards the ATV, and I saw it then, a rifle case. They weren't just waiting, they were preparing. I had to get out, had to get help. But the path back seemed impossibly far, and they were between me and it. I looked at the generator, the strange equipment, the rifle. This wasn't a random act of crime, this was planned. I had stumbled into a dangerous game, and my kindness had made me the unwitting prize. I scrambled backward, careful not to make a sound. The forest, my sanctuary, had become a labyrinth of terror. Every snapping twig, every rustle of leaves, felt like a footstep closing in. I remembered the secondary, much rougher trail I'd seen on the map, the one that skirted the treacherous cliffs. It was a desperate chance, but my only one. As I ran, the ATV's engine roared to life, its powerful headlights cutting through the dim forest. I heard shouting, the crunch of boots on leaves behind me. They knew I'd seen them. The chase was on. The quiet hike had become a desperate fight for survival, and the helpful stranger was now my hunter. My only hope was to reach the main road, to signal for help, to somehow undo the mistake of my own compassion. Let me know what you think of this story in the comments below. And don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. See you tomorrow.